Hey guys, today we're going to be building a realistic American Florida inspired trailer park that includes a community barbecue and pool party in honor of the 4th of July or Independence Day. And if anyone is wondering, this plot value came up to 572k, and there's a special surprise if you guys stick around to the end. We have a big project today, so let's get started. Alright, so as I'm making these trailers right now, I think I'm going to make them exterior only builds because I feel like it'd be quite repetitive and daunting if I just did the interiors of all of them, and it'd be very time consuming. I also just want to really focus on the American holiday theme mainly, but don't worry, I did come up with a layout concept beforehand for anyone who wants to recreate or build this themselves, and you can decorate the interiors of these trailers any which way you would like. And I did also make this in standard plot only, so it's 30 by 30, and I did this to make it more accessible to everyone. So I will put a picture of the layout on screen for you guys whenever I edit this. Oh, and guys, I almost forgot to mention, I did end up making a concept story, so like each of these trailers have a backstory or have like a person who lives in them with some type of like backstory, and as I build each trailer I will explain each of the backgrounds of why the trailer looks the way it does or has certain qualities to it, but I really like how this looks so far. Okay guys, so I'm gonna use these stage steps once I find them to make the front porch area, and I think I'm gonna do this for all 5 of the trailers that I'm going to make in this community. But while I build this, I do want to tell you guys the backstory of this first trailer. So this first trailer is going to be upkept, neat, and simple. So I came up with that a first-time family lived here and their new parent, so they first have their new child, which is why this trailer is only a 1-bedroom and 1-bathroom, but they only have a baby, so I mean I guess it works still, but it's just their first home that they can afford, and they're new parents, new young parents, so I thought it made sense of why it would just be really clean and simple, and your average American family basically lives here. Alright, so I'm gonna go to basic shapes and just use a basic cube to just make the front porch texture, and I'm just going to use a transform tool to like resize and then transform them all up to higher ground. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna go into basic shapes again, and I'm going to resize the cube to kind of make a custom fence leading up to the porch. I personally think these sunset windows are like the perfect windows for a trailer. Like, tell me, like, even the lighting that's going inside the windows, like this warm lighting from the sun, is literally top tier for this. Like, this looks so realistic right now, and I'm kind of loving it. I think these trash cans will look pretty good right here and add some like realism, and I'm thinking I'm also going to put a little garden in front of the trailer right here as well, so yeah. Alright, first trailer down, and this is literally so good guys, look. Love it. I'm thinking that these foldable chairs would be the perfect chair for a front porch, especially for this aesthetic, and everyone's seen this chair is like literally a staple for any type of rural area. And then I think just adding this mini grill would be literally the icing on top. And then let's just do some basic lighting out here. Alright, so for the greenery for this house, I think I'm just going to do some basic bushes, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of like the field of flowers, but I'm going to recolor them to kind of make them look like it's little grass petals or whatever, grass little strands or something like that, so yeah. Alright, so this is how the gardening ended up looking. I really like it, and it looks really realistic. Okay, I feel like a clothesline to be added is literally necessary here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to use a darker grass texture for more realism here. Okay, so I got the idea to make the dirt road more realistic by using these little mud pals, and if anybody's wondering, I use slate texture for this dirt texture because I feel like it's way more realistic than the actual dirt texture. But I'm just going to place this all around the areas that end to the grass. Alright, so since this is a American holiday for the July build, I'm going to include a lot of American flags around this whole build so that it incorporates that people are decorating for this occasion. Now I'm just going in around the entirety of this build and just adding in all of this darker grass texture that I came up with. Okay guys, so for the second trailer, I really want to do like a stereotypical version of what people think most trailer parks are, and I kind of want to make it like abandoned and like, I don't know, kind of just old and rusted and just ruined, like really grungy and just a bunch of rust and stuff like that, and like we can have like a whole bunch of like graffiti and stuff on it and grime and things and dirt, so I think it'll be really fun. I have a feeling this is going to be my favorite one just because, I don't know, I just like to see that I guess dingy aesthetic, so I think it'll be really fun to recreate. Okay, you guys can see I kind of got in the mood and just forgot I was recording, but I did do a lot of decorating and I think it's like a masterpiece, honestly. Just look at all this. Okay, now that I've decorated, there's definitely some sketchy business probably happening here. I'm kind of like having the biggest deja vu right now. It's like literally Florida normcore nostalgia, like especially if you grew up in like rural parts of Florida or even like along the East Coast even, you kind of know what I'm talking about. And you know, it probably doesn't help that while I'm building this, I'm listening to Seoul, which is a indie pop band that's based here in Orlando, Florida. But you guys should really listen to them. They're actually really good. I always feel so comforted and like just mellow after listening to them. I personally think this looks amazing. Now for the gardening in this section, I'm just going to use the spider plant and some grasses to make it kind of look like there's just weeds randomly placed around this and like nobody's tending to this area. I also find it ironic but realistic that it's like the worst trailer in this community, but yet it's for sale, and even though it has like little to no value, so I find that really ironic, but it's still pretty realistic. And I don't know guys, but I really feel like this is weirdly therapeutic for me to build because it really reminds me of my own Floridian childhood, and I'm getting all the feels from a Bloxburg build. That's kind of insane. This project definitely makes me want to make more builds that look like real life places instead of always focusing on like luxury style buildings, which you see a lot mostly in Bloxburg. I kind of like to focus more on a realism aspect of life because there's beauty in that too. So yeah, this one is definitely my favorite. Alright guys, so I had to go and make a sandwich and some chips and we should be good now. So I should be more alive sounding. Yeah, speaking of living in Florida, I literally just went outside and I look in the back lake and there's a crocodile or alligator swimming in there, and then there's also a bird just like sunbathing or something. I don't know. But anyways, for this next trailer, I wanted to include an on-site HOA or on-site landlord. So he acts as the maintenance man for everything. So he goes around and fixes everything. So he's a handyman. He's really everything in one. Kind of strict, but he really does genuinely care for the community. And of course, he acts as the neighborhood watch. And so to convey this idea, I'm going to kind of make a workshop inside the garage that has all these appliances and tools and things, and like things put on shelves and in storage and all that.
What the dog doing?
Anyways, I kind of got a little carried away, but here is how the maintenance or storage garage is looking so far. I really like it. Here's a more in-depth look. We have a whole bunch of stuff around here and I think it looks so good. For this fourth trailer, I wanted it to belong to an older woman that likes to plant flowers and fruits and vegetables and things, and she's like the neighborhood farmer or whatever. She's the nice one that you can kind of come over and ask for a bag of sugar or like some butter or like any ingredients or some food if you're hungry, and she will feed you. So yeah, she's that type of person, and I kind of tried to convey this through colors that I used. So I used a lighter color palette and kind of made it feel more soft and feminine so that it kind of looked like a woman would live here. I'm thinking that she's perhaps a widow because this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath trailer, so she lives alone, but she's very comfortable and content with her lifestyle. And now that I'm doing the gardening section, I think I want to include a lot of flowers and fruits and veggies and probably some berry bushes and simple bushes with flowers on them for her gardening. Oh my gosh guys, I just thought of this. Do any of you guys know the movie Because of Winn-Dixie? That's literally one of my favorite movies ever, and I feel like this trailer park is literally that same vibe. If you guys know that movie, let me know. It's literally like about a little girl in Florida that lives with her dad in a trailer, and he's like a preacher and thing, and she like finds this dog and he like changes her life for the better, and it's just such a beautiful little story. Okay guys, so for our final 5th trailer, I want it to be kind of like an old man lives here, and he's a retired veteran. And basically he likes to go on camping vacations a lot, and he likes to explore in the woods. And he occasionally has 2 grandchildren that come and visit him, which is why he has a 3-bedroom trailer. So he has guest bedrooms for them. And he really loves his dog to pieces. And he's one of those owners that say that their dog doesn't bite, but really it does because he's a guard dog. But yeah, he just likes to be really secure and protected, so he's one of those type of people. And I really think that Bloxburg needs to add in pet supplies and like pets in general so badly. So it's looking pretty awesome, and I'm just gonna go over here and add these decals and I'll be back. Alright, so I just went ahead and added some more like camping things, and I think a pickup truck would be absolutely perfect for this house. So this honestly looks so perfect, guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna go around now and just add tiny details like street lights and street signs. So I built this trailer park in Lakeview Heights, so I thought that I found this perfect decal here to make the entrance. Yeah, I'm just gonna transform this into the opening, and yeah. Okay, so I don't want the recording to be too long, so I'm just going to finish up the amenities, which is the pool area, the barbecue area for the party, and the playground for the children, and then I will meet you guys back here for a tour. Alright guys, so let's get started. So right here we have our little opening and we can walk through the streets, and we have a little bit of gardening, and let's go to the first trailer. So the first trailer here we have just our average family, so they have their car, and then we can go up to the porch and there's a few chairs and a tiny little grill. And imagine waking up and seeing this every day. But anyways, over here is my favorite trailer, the raggedy one. But I really do love this one. I love all the trash that's around, and we have let's go down here and see more trash. But yeah, we have a bunch of rust, metal, woods just everywhere. I really love it. Okay, let's go up on the porch area and see what we got. So over here we just like have an old sofa and some broken chairs and like a bunch of dirt and grime and some old appliances over there. And let's get okay. Anyways, so let's make our way over to the next trailer. So over here we have the retired veteran, and I'm gonna show you guys the decals. I'm trying. Okay, I think I might have to go around the other way to show you more. Okay, so if we squeeze by this truck, we can see more of the decals, which I love those decals. And I have a lot of camping gear on the front porch just to show that he likes to go into the woods. So yeah. And then for our next trailer we have the old woman who likes to plant things, and yeah, she's definitely the softest color palette out of all the trailers, but it's still pretty cute and it still fits into the community. So we have a few chairs, and okay, we have a phantom floaty. We're gonna ignore that. Okay, and then we have a bunch of like flowers and fruits and veggies that she's planted here, so that's pretty nice. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so if we make our way down here, we have more parking, and we can make our way over to the landlord site. So we have a bunch of gardening tools over here. And if we go over into, oh, okay, but if we go over in here, we have a bunch of tools and gardening things. Again, this is like the workshop and maintenance area, so it has a bunch of like just items in here really.
What the dog do?
I keep getting distracted, but these are some porch things. And over, I don't know why all the floaties are coming out of the pool right now, but anyways, let's make our way down. We have a little bike and scooter stand, and then we have the park. We have a little hopscotch area. So if we go inside the park, we just have a bunch of swings and slides and everything. It's pretty compact, but I tried to fit everything in here, and there's a little picnic area as well. Okay, so let's make our way over to the 4th of July. So we have a little like bonfire going on, because in Florida we do that. And this is a bunch of like flags and things for the barbecue area. So let's go up here and I'll show you. So you have like a speaker for music, and then this is the fireworks table. So you just have all like your party favors over here. And then here we have like all our barbecue food, which I think this is so accurate. It's kind of scary. It's like so detailed, but I love it. Okay, and then let's make our way over to the other table, which has more of like the fruits and veggies and desserts. So pretty accurate as well, like iced tea, lemonade, and water. So yeah. And then over here we have another speaker with some refreshments. And if we make our way down here, we have the grill. And we have like some pool chairs and towels and everything. And they have little like flip-flops on the floor as well, like to show like people have been jumping in, and pool. So let's jump in. Okay, so that is the majority of our build, and I really do love it. I think it's so accurate, especially if you've ever been to an event like this. It's definitely deja vu and nostalgia for me, so I love it. Enjoy the fireworks show. Alright guys, so I hope you guys really enjoyed the fireworks show, and I also hope you guys really enjoyed this video as a whole. I worked really hard on it. I really wanted to make sure I got it out on time for you guys, and you guys could have something to enjoy on this holiday. I absolutely love the result of this build, and it's going to be so hard to delete it. And going broke multiple times to build this was definitely worth it. Okay, but more importantly, how are you guys loving the new map? I absolutely love it. I would give it a 9 out of 10. The only improvement I would add would to be for them to add a navigational GPS system, just because we need help finding the locations easier, because I kept getting lost, especially the first day it dropped, because the map is so huge, which I do enjoy that because it's much more up to date and modern, and even the terrains and locations and environments are so more realistic and natural, and you can get a lot of good background pics now. So let me know how you guys are feeling about the new map down in the comments. Happy 4th of July to everyone who celebrates, and we recently just hit 400 subs, so thank you guys so much. That is actually awesome. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, and as always, I love you all. Stay rad. I'll see you next week. Bye everyone.